If you've ever done cold email, you know that Clay is kind of the name of the game and the real hotness these days in outbound data and enrichment. And in this video, I've cloned Clay for about 50 bucks in an hour and a little bit of my time. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how I did it, how you can do it as well with ChatGPT, a little bit of code, and N8N. Welcome to day 6 of 100 Days of AI. I'm Craig Hewitt. Okay, so just a little bit of background on like what Clay is. So they've raised $100 million, valued at $3 billion. And the reason is it's a really powerful tool to enrich data for outbound email. So I'm sending emails to people who aren't on my list and a MailChimp or something like that in an effort to get business from them. And this is all about it, right? It's lots of data points to enrich data so I can send better, more personalized outbound emails. And it's a great tool, don't get me wrong, but it's really expensive. If you go to the pricing page, you might throw up where it starts at 130 bucks for annual, and if you move it over to monthly, it's 150 bucks all the way up to 800. And that's cool. Like, it's a great product. I've used it. But if you're just getting started, you're not really sure if outbound is for you. You don't want to shell out 800 bucks a month. And so we've built a lot of the same automation here in N8N. Let's dive into the workflow. Like some of the previous ones in the 100 Days of AI here, we're starting with when you click on this node, the whole workflow starts. Then we're going to get rows within a spreadsheet. So I've authenticated my Google account here. So if you're brand new to N8N and you haven't done this yet, you'll just need to follow the documentation that's associated with N8N on creating a Google Cloud Console account and connecting. It's pretty straightforward, and I cover some of this in previous. Here's the documentation, pretty straightforward. You only have to do this one time. Afterwards, your credentials are stored in N8N, and you can just access your Google Drive, Google Sheets, Google Docs going forward. And so the resource we're doing is a sheet within a document. And what we're trying to do is get rows. So in this Google Sheet, I have a list of a whole bunch of companies for an outbound campaign that I want to do. So I got this from Apollo. You can get this kind of information a lot of places. You could pay someone on Fiverr. You could get it on Apollo, probably for free. And company name, information, website, all this kind of stuff. All you really need is company name for this workflow, though. So we've connected to this sheet or this document and this sheet. And what we're doing is getting a bunch of rows. And we're going to run this entire workflow here in a minute and see what it populates out on the other side. Just walking through it. So then we have a whole bunch of rows from this sheet, and we're going to loop through those just one at a time. You can see it's pulled information like this. And in this case, Mapbox is the name of the company. And that's really the thing we want to do. How many employees it has, URL, and we're going to get into some of that later. Cool. So then we're going to wait a second. I always find sometimes these workflows break if you don't have a bit of wait. So I think we have a half a second wait in here just to finish the loop. Then we're sending an HTTP request to serper.dev. So we pull up serper.dev in a new tab. This is just a way to search Google via an API. So you get 2,500 free queries. We've used a lot of them in testing, but this is a great way to get started. So you can see, hey, when I go to this search query, what do I see? What happens? And then it can pull information in from that. Cool. So using this, and we have our API key, which we'll hide here, please. Let's see, I'm sending headers. The content type is application.json. API key is that. And in the body, we're sending this basically search in Google. So for this outbound, I want to target CTOs, so Chief Technology Officer at company, or CTO at company, or just company name. And then Chief Technology Officer. You can download this entire N8N workflow in the description below. Just drop in your email. I'll send everything to you for all 100 days of AI. I'm doing 100 days in a row of YouTube videos like this, and I'm documenting everything and giving you all the resources entirely for free. Just drop your email in, and I'll give it to you. This took a lot of time. I won't lie. This took a lot of time because exactly what this results in is going to be really different. And so you can see here, it gives us kind of a lot of crap that we don't necessarily want. And we're going to filter some of this out later, but just so you know, like in this case, like CTO, a big thing that this would result in is people saying sector, right? Sector CTO has the letter CTO in it and the word sector. And so it's that kind of stuff that you just have to like really kind of tweak this query to get the results that you want. If you're searching for something really specific that wouldn't be embedded in another word like CTO is, this might be easier. But this threw me quite a bit. Anyways, we're Googling basically for this. So at LinkedIn. Oh, the other thing I did here is we're only wanting to return people in the United States. So www.linkedin is people in the United States. If you're in India, it's IN, or if you're in France, it's fr.linkedin. So you can kind of make this more specific just with the actual URL of linkedin.com/IN, is, adding the www to it just makes it more specific. Cool. So that gives us back a bunch of people, their title, the link, a snippet about them. And we take that on to the next node, which is messaging a model. So we're messaging a model. The model is 4.0, even though today OpenAI released GPT-5. Haven't used it yet, but it's out there. And this is just like the really important thing here. So this is a user prompt, and this is the prompt. And this is the really important part. So this is where all of the data that we're getting over here, all of this data, and a lot of it's not great, is filtered. And so, hey, here is information I'm considering doing cold email outreach for my IT AI consulting service. It's just fictitious, right? Here's the title, and that is this. You just drag this over. The snippet is this, and the link is this. Step 1, based on company mentioned in title or snippet, determine if the company is a good fit for the following offer. And this is my kind of fictitious AI consulting. And then 2, based on the title or the snippet and the search result, decide if this person is likely to be a decision maker, because I don't want to send outbound email to somebody who can't make a decision or buy my stuff. Only CTO or chief technology officer in this case. Respond with this format. And good fit should only be yes or no. And then I just had down here, the summary must justify your decision in one sentence without restating the person's name. Because what I often found it would do, Michael Tomczak is a good fit because he works at FlowQuest or whatever. It's like, come on, I know that. Give me new information. And then I want to output this JSON, and it would give us something like this. Cool. So from there, we write a little bit of code to get this blob of text into columns or JSON. Cool. So we can do stuff with it later. And the stuff we'll do with it later is sending another API request to find email. So find email is a way to look up email addresses with just name and company name. And so we can do that. You log in to find email, create an account, come over here to API, create your API token, copy that, bring it back to your workflow, paste it in here. So, what's interesting about all this is the way that you send API calls across N8N. And in this workflow, there's 3 different HTTP requests and 3 different ways that they send authentication. Pretty bizarre. In this one, you put authorization in the header and your API key. Content type is application/JSON. And then in the body of the API request, you send 2 bits, which is the name of the person, which you get from here, and the domain, which you get from the original Google Sheet right here. Okay. And that's going to give us back the result and the information from find email. And again, find email is just a way to get email address with just name and company name or company domain. And so that gives us this email address. Sorry, Mike, I hope a bunch of people don't spam me after this. Cool. And then we have an if statement, which is, hey, does the email address contain an @ because it's got to be an @ mike@whatever.com. If it doesn't have an @ then it rejects it and brings us back to the loop to start over. If it does contain an @ then it comes to the next place, which is NeverBounce. And NeverBounce is an email verification platform. So Find Email, the data from Find Email should be really, really, really good. In the rare event that the data from Find Email isn't great, NeverBounce is kind of one more safety net. So we're not sending a bunch of spam emails that gets our sending domains and email accounts blocked and marked as spam. So the whole kind of point of this is to get data and then get really high quality data and then enrich it and make sure it's as accurate as possible. And so that's what we're doing here is calling NeverBounce, again, API key, and the contents of the API call is just the email. And then what we want this to return is valid, if it's valid, and if it's not, to, so we have another if statement. If the result is valid, great, keep going. If not, loop back to the loop, right? So we have two if statements. The first one here was, does the email address contain an @ symbol? And the second one is it valid according to NeverBounce? Cool. And if it is valid according to NeverBounce, then we append a row in the sheet. So we have the same sheet and we have a separate sheet here that is the results. And here we just have name, email address, company, LinkedIn, URL, domain. Are they a good fit? Yes or no? And then that summary, right? As Chief Technology Officer, he's like a decision maker, but it's unclear if Flowcast is online radio drama production company requires AI. So it marked it as no. Cool. So I ran this just for a bit because I have like 400 contacts in this. I didn't want to run the whole thing. I'm going to run it live here in just a minute. So cool. So, and then we just mapped each column, name, email address of those columns in the spreadsheet with the data that we got. Some of it from this first HTTP request and some from here. And just map these up. And then this is what it pipes in to the spreadsheet. And so let's go ahead and run this. So this is live. Oop, it's not live. Let's go ahead and run this and we'll watch and then we'll go over to the spreadsheet and see what happens. Okay, so it's getting all 400 items. It's looping through, sent the SERP to get the LinkedIn information, sent this to OpenAI, looked up the email with Find Email, validated it with NeverBounce, and then appended it to the spreadsheet. So it'll keep doing this, and it's just repeating the first two. But we'll wait here and watch it as it goes through the next couple that we didn't already do in our testing. And you can just kind of watch this go, and then the next leads should come in here, right? Cool. Okay, so this is good. So this is exactly why we do this, is we, just like with Clay, we are enriching and kind of verifying the data. And what we see here is, hey, these people showed up as potential leads, but they're not a good fit. Look, this person is not the CTO, is not a good fit for Secure AI Solutions, but the individual does not seem to be a CTO role. Cool. So in this case, what we could do is be like, okay, this person is not a good fit just because the system didn't pick out the right person. We could manually, or in another workflow, just pipe this back in and say, hey, go find the CTO, like what we found before wasn't the right person. Let's see, Placer.ai, company involved in AI, might benefit from AI consulting without knowing the exact role. Decision maker is not clear. Cool. Okay, so, but also like we're not getting LinkedIn information for any of these, which is concerning. I'll have to go back and debug this because I don't know why we're not getting the LinkedIn URL. That's concerning. But you know what? This is life and this is reality of automation. Okay, so we got the LinkedIn URL here. To be honest, I don't know the answer. I don't know why for some of these we're not getting this. Maybe, these all were no's. And so maybe we're just not getting LinkedIn URLs if they're a no. Or maybe because we don't get LinkedIn URL, we classify these as no. So anyways, this is where I am today. I'll be researching this a bit more. I'm gonna let this run. We have 400 people to go through. But the point, for me is like, we could go pay a whole bunch of money for Clay, and I'm sure it's a great tool. I've used it, but like, I'm exploring AI and like at scale, you really could do a lot. I think I paid $50 for Find Email for 1,000 credits, and I paid $8, I think, for Neverbounce. So for $50 at Find Email and for maybe $8 at Neverbounce, I'm getting 500 leads for my outbound campaign, and you can too. So if you want to download this entire workflow, you can. Links in the description below. This is day 6 of 100 Days of AI. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, smash the bell, share it with a friend, start a 100-day challenge of your own, and we'll see you tomorrow.